Yes, that's what we're going with. Go ahead, Mark. Copy. Yeah. Copy. Yes, I got you. Hello. Sure. Yeah, I'll do that. There's no homes in the immediate facility, but I know that people are calling that they can actually hear this. They can hear the rumbling of the flames in Manhattan Beach. So we'll talk about that. Okay. Copy that. Okay. 45 seconds. Okay, you got it. Can you guys feel the heat off of this, by chance? Oh, I guess we're kind of... Okay, copy that. People being told to keep windows closed. Copy that. Copy. It looks like it's just getting worse. You got everybody accounted for? Choppers? Standing by. Pat, Rick, this is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It looks like a catastrophic fire at this refinery, the Chevron refinery here in the El Segundo area, just off of Playa del Vista, or Playa del Mar here in the El Segundo area. We do believe this is the Chevron plant. Frankly, the fire looks like it's getting worse. It definitely does not look to be improving. This is El Segundo Fire that is handling this right now. They've asked everyone in the area to keep their windows closed so that you don't inhale any of these incredibly toxic fumes. I'll zoom out and show you here the area. We're, just about a half mile away here from safety, and I think we can feel some of the heat here in the area. So we are directly south of LAX, and boy, I got to tell you, Pat and Rick, definitely concerned about what kind of effect this could have on our gas prices. We had a similar situation at the Torrance Refinery a couple of years ago, and we really had a huge hit on our gas prices. But look at this incredible, just a tornado of fire here as this refinery, this section of this refinery goes up right now, Pat and Rick. Well, I'll zoom out here. We do have, there's a couple of neighborhoods within, I would say, about a half a mile. But this is all primarily an industrial area. There's some power plants and refineries. So you can see here in the immediate area, there's no homes directly impacted. Kind of to the left of the shot is where I believe Manhattan Beach begins. So there's no homes directly under threat, and there's no strong winds blowing right now. But this is an incredibly tense fire right now, burning just south of LAX with smoke pouring into the sky, and they are nowhere near knocking this fire down right now, Pat and Rick. I can tell you El Segundo Boulevard is not too far away from this, so that's going to be just to the south, and then Playa del Vista there, the street that runs right along the ocean and the beaches there near Dockweiler Beach. Oh, Vista Del Mar, yeah. Yes, I do, Pat. I mean, I see a couple over here in this shot, and they're I'm sure they're over there on the street as well. I just see this one hose, and I mean, look at how far away they have to be to fight this. Just like I could say, we could practically feel the heat on it from here, and we're about a half a mile away for safety reasons, and so you can just imagine what firefighters are dealing with right now. I don't think a fire gets any hotter than a refinery fire like this. Absolutely. Yeah, I haven't heard anything else on this yet, Pat and Rick, but I just can't emphasize. I mean, I remember the last time we had that Torrance refinery, and gas prices shot up instantly overnight. I don't want to panic anybody, but when we're talking about, we know that how thin our supply lines run in Southern California with the refineries, and this is a time of year when gas prices generally begin to sink down. Approaching the holiday season is generally the lowest of the year, but if I remember that refinery fire, we were talking about prices going up 50 cents to $1 in just about a week's time. So that's I mean, beyond obviously this catastrophic and very hard to fight fire. That's going to be the really the big concern for all of us in Southern California. Yeah, absolutely. That's the only way they're going to be able to get this down. I mean, most of this water is probably evaporating by the time it hits these flames. We were talking about thousands of degrees of fire, and there were actually what looked like when we were on the way over here. We were over on the 110 freeway and could easily see it from there, and I thought I saw some things beginning to explode as well. So the only thing I'm just really glad at the very least that just try to put some kind of positive spin that we were thinking that we were going to have some strong Santa Ana winds this week, and at least that never really materialized. But look at you're watching so much water, probably hundreds and hundreds of gallons a second going over this fire, and it's just instantly evaporating. They now have two huge lines of water going on this thing, and this is not slowing down at all. Might want to go fill your gas tank up now once you guys are done at 11:30, Pat and Rick. Yeah, just within our last little back and forth there in the last 20 seconds, maybe a little bit, but I don't know. Now it's kind of flaring back. I mean, wow, look at that. I don't think I've ever, we've seen some of these really crazy recycling plant fires that have burned for 72 hours. There was one in Ontario. I remember that was an incredibly intense fire, but just sheer intensity. This is probably the craziest, most intense fire I've ever seen. Yeah, I mean these refineries are huge. They're very complicated with these maze of pipes. So it's probably going to take multiple people at multiple locations across this sprawling facility to be able to turn off if it's refined gasoline, if it's oil, whatever it is. It's incredibly flammable, and you're right. It is going to take them some time to turn it off. So at best, until they can do that, all they can do is just try to prevent it from spreading. Yeah, that's about I think as good as we can hope for, at this moment. Wow. So this could end up having a very far-reaching impact. I mean, I would have to imagine, just if I recall, the Torrance refinery was out of commission for a long time, even though it was just that one section of the refinery that went up in flames, kind of similar to this. So they may have to shut down this. I'm certainly not a refinery expert, but they may have to completely cease operations for a time. And you're talking about 1/5 of our gasoline supply. If that has to grind to a halt, then this is really going to, like I said, have possibly a massive spike on our gas prices. Yeah, kind of hard to. Yeah, kind of hard to tell from my vantage point. I mean, here we're starting to see, more and more engines arriving on the scene, and I saw a couple of firefighters down amongst those storage tanks down there. Looked like they were, trying to strategize about how else, what other angles they can safely approach this fire. You see a couple of other engines here standing by as well. But no, I'm not at this time. I'm not privy to any information about actually trying to shut down the flow of whatever may be flowing through these pipes. Yeah, I see some parking lots across the street. I'm not sure if that is connected to that across Vista Del Mar, but no, it's kind of hard to see. I didn't see any personnel running from the scene or anything. I'm just going to kind of give you a better view of what we're looking at. But just to give you another idea of the intensity, we understand that people living in Manhattan Beach were some of the first people to call this in, because they could actually hear the roar and the intensity of this flame, of these flames. Just kind of giving you an idea of what an intense situation firefighters are having to deal with right now. Yeah. Yeah, not just seen, but also heard. As I said, I would expect Vista Del Mar to get shut down because of this as well. This is essentially right in between Rosecrans and El Segundo, so we're actually right in between the two, just north of Rosecrans and south of El Segundo, just about a mile or so south of LAX. I'll ask my pilots here. I don't think LAX operations, they haven't been impacted by this, have they? Have you guys heard? No. We haven't heard anything from LAX about flights being impacted at this point, but you can see, the massive plume of smoke being kicked up because of this. But so far, LAX not affected. Now, this is the best we've seen it since we got here just about 15 or so minutes ago. Maybe they're finally just completely trying to drown these flames out. Now they're getting so much water on it. It looks like hopefully they are beginning to get the upper hand, or perhaps some of the personnel have gone through the process of actually shutting down the fuel lines. But look at these telephone poles here in the background as well. The heat is so intense. I mean, I think these telephone poles are not they're not as close to the flames as they look, but those flames are just so intense that these telephone wires are essentially bursting, have caught fire as well. Yeah, it looks like they finally got it turned off. Hope I didn't sound too stupid. I've never done anything like this before. Yeah? Oh, cool. Oh, I thought I heard county fire. What is this on? Who's... chopper to assignment desk. Yeah, copy. Are we going to do any more? I was trying to scroll through when they were talking through. I haven't really been able to hear anybody talking about this. I heard county fire for a second, but have we heard anything? Okay, copy that. Yeah. Foam party. Wow, okay. Okay, copy that. Okay, we'll knock it down. Good night.